You think I'm not aware that I talk like this all the time? I'm trying to enunciate more and more when I talk in English so that you guys can understand more and more of what I'm saying. So today we have a pretty cool photo shoot. And I say we because you're coming with me. But first, let me change. Man, I'm telling you, this time travel is gonna kill me one day. Let's go. So you may remember my friend Duong. I made a video with her a couple of months ago at the hair salon she used to work at. This is it. Hello. This is her new business. This is her new salon. We are in the basement of her house. Actually, when I came in, she was just setting up the products on the shelves. Okay, first of all, I really like what you did with the place. I honestly like these shelves over here. This looks really nice to me. I really like what you did here on the wall and over here as well. This is pretty nice, and actually, as you can see from the entrance over here, this is pretty cool. Why did you start your own business? Because a lot of people, I'm sure, no matter if it's a hair salon or they want to do freelance video or photo, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking of starting their own business, you know, even if they have a job right now or not have a job right now.
Well, it was just, it happened so fast. I was tired to be an employee.
Yeah. But you have been for a while. I mean, you have experience in several places and you've worked with so many people before. I mean, 16 years is not 6 years, guys. The official launch is coming up soon. Probably by the time you guys watch this video, she's officially launching the place. But right now, she has a couple of clients every day, but I am sure that you soon will not have time for all the clients that are gonna come.
I hope so.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And you know, when each of us start our own business, no matter what that is, we each have advantages and disadvantages. The advantage can be experience. You know, you have experience in a certain field, and you want to start on your own. I guess one of the advantages of Duong, besides her experience, is that she has this place at her house. Technically, right, she's not paying rent. Of course, she's putting a lot of money into decorating this, but when you start your own business, if it's any sort of, rental business, if it has to do with food or with this industry, and you're starting from zero without knowing anyone, you have to pay rent. So I guess a small advantage of Duong is that she thought through her basement over here, and it looks like a professional salon. Okay, I don't want to lie to you guys because, to be honest, I've already taken the photos. In between these cuts, we did all the job. Duong has to go. I have to go home and edit these photos, and I'll explain you more what this is about when I get home. See you later. Okay, I'm actually home for a while now. I had time to get a coffee, I looked through the photos, and I must say I'm pretty satisfied considering what the purpose of the day was. So a couple of months ago, my friend Duong told me she would like to open her own hair salon. And I was happy and pretty excited for her because I know from my own experience how it is to be on your own. And right from the start, I offered to help her with the digital presence, from building a website, a Facebook page, and an Instagram page, to what we did today, and in the future even a promo video. But until today, the website's functionality and design was completely done. Even the booking system, she already had clients book her in advance, but most of the photos, if not all, were stock footage. I'll show you in a second what I mean because we're gonna jump on the computer, but right now I wanted to talk about building your own thing, being an entrepreneur. Okay, don't worry, I'm not turning this into a motivational speech, but I started saying something in the hair salon that I think needs a bit more explanation. The simple fact of knowing yourself and realizing the advantages and disadvantages you have when you start your own business. In my opinion, if you understand that, it's huge. The example I give with my friend Duong is that besides all her years and years of experience, she's not paying rent at her new salon, which is of course a huge financial advantage. Now, I also have my own company here in Denmark for about 8 years now, but if we look at my YouTube channel alone, which I started about a year ago, you could say I had an advantage because I know what a camera is, I know how to edit, I have experience in the field. I have my own equipment, I kind of know what I'm doing, I have a small network. But as I said, you gotta look at your weak points as well. So in my case, for example, I think I suck at color grading. I'm doing my best lately, but I didn't find my style yet. But that's that. I really think it's beneficial to put down on paper what are your best strengths and weaknesses so you get to know yourself better. And obviously try to overcome those weak points. You think I'm not aware that I talk like this all the time? I'm trying to enunciate more and more when I talk in English so that you guys can understand more and more of what I'm saying. Okay, let's look at the website. So as you can see here on the homepage, we already have a stock photos as you go in. Then you go on with more stock photos over here on the background and this too. However, this one we could use and we will end up using because it's an official photo from the partner she has where she gets her products from. And that goes the same with the product page. All these photos we are using because they are official photos from the partner she's working with. However, not even on the about page. We only had an old photo of her she took with her iPhone, so we had to fill up some gaps. And that's what we did today. All we have to do now is select some photos, throw them in Lightroom for a final touch, and see how they look on the website. But I will do that tomorrow because what do you care? I mean, for you it's just a split of a second, so see you tomorrow. See? Time travel. So I've already edited the photos in Lightroom and I didn't want to bore you with it because this is not a Lightroom tutorial, but to be honest, I haven't done much. Look, on the left you can see the before photo and on the right, my final edit. So the only thing I did wherever I had to was to correct the white balance. Most of them have a little vignette and of course I knew where they might end up. So of course if there was a necessary crop, I did that, or like in this example, slight correction of the subject exposure. Also here we had to bring back a little bit of light and color on my friend's face, and yeah, pretty much the same on this photo and the last two. I think I've actually used only half of these photos for the website because the other half will most likely end up on social media. And now let me show you how the website looks with the new photos. So the main photo on the homepage tells you right away what this is about. This is what I like about it. I had to put a bit of a low opacity to it so we can understand these two call to action buttons. And if you scroll down a little bit here, I really like this background picture. This is the stock photo I've chosen initially, and I think for now we're sticking with it. However, you may notice we've changed the two photos over here. If we scroll down, the product photo here that takes you to the product page will stay as it is. On the prices page, I didn't want the banner photo to be too distracting. I want the viewer to start scrolling to see the actual prices. And as you can see here on the background with very low opacity, I think it adds a nice effect. I put a photo of my friend Duong. And finally on the about page, I think this photo fits pretty nicely as a banner. And then we've changed the photo that my friend made with her iPhone into a more professional looking photo as this one. Now, these photos didn't make a huge transformation to the website, but I think it was missing a bit of identity. At the end of the day, this is a one-person business. So I think we achieved that. With the photos we took, you can right away see who's cutting hair and who this is about. And don't get me wrong, stock photos are great for your website. I've used them in the past for some of my clients. And as you saw, we've even kept one on the homepage. So when I thought about making this video, for me it wasn't about teaching you how to take photos or how to edit them later in Lightroom, nor how to design a website. I'm not an expert by any means. However, taking photos with the purpose of designing a website, that's a whole nother thing than, taking photos of an event, landscape, urban photography, or portrait photography. Because here, the subject of the photos wasn't necessarily my friend, however, the activity of cutting hair and whatever that implies. And of course, I've designed the website, so I knew what we're missing, and I was shooting with that in mind. That's why we did a bit of a pretend when we were back at the salon. I asked her to start playing with the products and pretend she's aligning them on the shelves, but that's what you have to do. So the one thing I really want you to take out of today's video is, if you end up in my position of having to take photos for a website, no matter if it's product photography or something similar with what we did here today, if you're not the one designing the website, try to understand the purpose, the target group. So ask a lot of questions before you go on and shoot. Because even small details like, shooting at an angle or shooting vertical, they matter when we're talking about websites. But as I said, the purpose was just to add some identity, because in my opinion, it was lacking some. And most likely in the near future, we're gonna do a short social media promo video, and I would like to take you guys with me for the planning, shooting and editing process of that video. But I'm super happy you made it so far into the video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Time travel in 3, 2, 1. Hey, do we still have ketchup? Oh. You're still here.